Shit. I'm the one calling the shots. I don't get stuck in the box. Feel like I've been through a lot, holding it down like it's tied to a rock. Everybody all talk, they ain't walking that walk. Learned it all on my own. Everything's self-taught.
Welcome back to Loyal to the Game. I'm your host, John Viveros, and we are here for episode 3, almost at the end, so close to this Super Bowl. And we will continue with some of the stories in this episode, starting with a story about Nano. He's from Vancouver, he knows Mitch very well, and he plays the Madden game a little bit differently. So we sat down with him to talk about his stories and his relationships in Loyal over the last 10 years.
My name is Ryan, Nano Burger. I've been in the league for probably 5-6 years now, and I'm from Vancouver.
I grew up with the man they call the Nano Burger. Let me tell you, as a guy who brought him into this league, competing in Loyal and in Madden in general, it hasn't always come easy to Nano.
When I first joined, I would play occasionally. There was years where I went 1-15, 3-13, and I was just getting beat by 60 or 70. As the years have been passing, I've wanted to get really good at the game. I've taken beatings from Leroy and Audie and all of those guys, and I feel like I've gotten better from taking those beatings because I've learned and how to adjust and play now that I can start competing better.
Nano has about 5 plays in his arsenal and somehow is very effective with them.
He's trash at the game. He's winning now, but he's trash at the game.
Nano joined Loyal a little later than most of the core players, but he quickly caught on as an unforgettable persona and found a home in the Loyal family.
It was kind of intimidating at first because they were all really good friends. But then I ended up making good friends with Reef, and we used to be in chat together every day, and we would talk.
Madden can present a lot of challenges to anyone, but especially in the case of Nano. His competitive drive and love of the game allows him to overcome any obstacle that comes his way.
It's called right side Hemiplegia. So basically where the whole right side of my body was paralyzed. So it's harder to grip things playing this game, and in life, it's been hard because I have gotten made fun of, but because I sort of walk with a limp per se. But I do play soccer and I do work out. Playing this game, it's helped with my mobility, I guess, with the hand. So this is my left hand, this is my right hand. So it's kind of off the controller a little bit. Sometimes I throw those interceptions and stuff like that because the reaction time is slower. When I'm hot routing, I do have to I click the button that I want to hot route with my right hand, but then if I want to put somebody on a slant or something like that, I have to use my left hand and put them on a slant. It was pretty frustrating because I'm the type of guy that I want to be able to do everything, right? So having that limitation kind of sucked, but also I was able to help reach out to people that I trusted for help. I feel Reef was mainly the one that was okay, just ignore them. At first he was oh wow, that's crazy, you're playing this video game and you're pretty good and getting better at it, keep it up.
I love Nano, also weird relationship, but it started with me like being a big brother to him and telling him, you know, stand up for yourself, don't let people talk to you like that. You know, he was going like 1-16, I mean 1-15, stuff like, you know, he was just, and people was trashing him, and Nano's Nano. Nobody knows him more than you, man.
I feel Reef was like, just ignore them, like everything's okay, just put your head down and just keep going, right? I would call him like the big brother of Loyal. I wouldn't call him a mentor because I would beat him by 50 every single time.
Loyal to the game has helped Nano build both his character and his skill. And in Madden 21, Nano has set the highest of expectations for himself.
Now that I'm better than from what I was. Like, it's helped my confidence so much that like now I'm thinking like, okay, yeah, I can beat anybody at any time.
And he would always whip my ass, man, and I would get mad. It would always be annoying because like he was supposed to be the bum, and I was like, wow, I'm the bum now. What's going on here?
I need to make the playoffs every single year consistently now because of who I am. Like, that would be a fail to me, is to not make the playoffs, just because like I put so much time into this game, and to not make the playoffs is kind of like, okay, like why am I even playing the game? Everybody wants to beat me now. They want to make sure that I don't make the playoffs. It doesn't even matter if they don't like me or not. They just don't want to see me succeed the way I have been. I don't like when I lose. I blame Madden. I blame myself for not playing a good game. If I record the game, I watch the film. Okay, what did he do? Why did he beat me? What adjustments could I have made that would have won me the game?
Nanoburger has been a welcomed addition to the Loyal family. The league has helped him find a new passion and surrounded him with love and friendship.
Loyal is a great league. It's brought out a lot of competitiveness for me. There's people that I can trust with some stuff in there that I wouldn't really tell anybody else. I feel like there's more of like a family in Loyal. They're a tighter group. Everybody has their differences and arguments and everything like that, but at the end of the day, we know to trust each other and we can tell each other things, right? And I didn't think that I would be able to get friendships through like a video game or online, to be honest.
Thank you to Nano for sharing his story. For more on Nano, our Loyal insider Mitch Milani is here to break down his game and explains to us why Nano is still able to compete at a high level in Loyal.
What's going on, Madden fans? It's Mitch back here, taking a look at Nano and his run scheme in the I-form close. In this game, it is a wild card matchup, Nano versus Young James. He uses the I-form close formation as his go-to running formation, and it's the sole reason that he is able to get up in this game and ultimately win this game to advance in the playoffs. This is the I-form close. Here he's going to be running a power O on the first set of downs. And you'll see on this play, he double teams the outside to get the edge. And I love this power O run because you're able to rather hit it to the outside or cut it back inside depending on where your linemen and how your blocks line up. You'll see it right here. So that time he had the choice between outside, inside. He goes outside, picks up a huge amount of yards on the ground on a 1st and 10. That's about 14, 15 yards. Later on in that drive, again, 1st and 10. This time he's going to go to the stretch, and he hits a home run. So Young James is in a, looks like 3-4 set here. He has a bunch of guys at the line. And again, just like the power O, this halfback stretch out of I-form close, you can hit it inside, you can hit it outside. And Nano has pretty much mastered when to cut it back. Right here, he cuts it back, he makes the user miss, and he takes it to the house to go up 6-0. And that immediately puts pressure on your opponent. He gets the ball back. Young James throws an interception. Nano gets the ball back. 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. He goes right back to the halfback stretch. And again, he's going to hit a home run to go up by 2 touchdowns here. Small details that you need to pay attention to in the run game. So there's more guys to the right side of the field. There's less to the left. Nano sees that. He flips the run to the left. He's going to double team to the left, and that's going to allow him the hole to open up and run here. So he cuts this one back. Actually, Leonard Fournette makes a huge broken tackle, the X factor, and runs for another huge touchdown to go up 14-0 in this game. That is Nano. That is how he runs the ball successfully in Loyal to the game. Let's dive into the Loyal lab to check out exactly how he does it. Back in the Loyal lab once again, here to take a look at Nano's famous I-form close formation. You can find this formation in a multitude of playbooks. The Raiders playbook for sure has it. Let's take a look at some of the plays in the scheme that Nano will use to attack his opponents. He loves specifically the power O and the halfback stretch, but he also mixes in the halfback ISO, as well as this PA deep cross to keep defenses on their toes in the pass game. So let's first take a look at the power O, which is also AJ's favorite run in Madden throughout the years. He was amazing at running it. But really the run game for Nano or anyone else is just about creating the numbers game in your advantage. And when you take a look here, yes, there are 4 to the right and 3 to the left and inside the box. They have that nickel corner on the right side outside of the tight end. So what you have here, you can flip the run and then you can hit it outside or inside on the power O. That's what makes it such a dangerous run, as well as the stretch, is because you can hit it inside or outside. And something also with the run game with Nano is the ability to audible, right? You have those runs in your audibles to pick the best one for a certain situation and a certain look that you're seeing on defense. So here, you see a little bit of space up into the middle. Maybe you run the ISO and you can double team the nose tackle and get some space up the middle and expose the defense. That's the ISO run. So you combine the power O with the ISO and then you show the stretch. Maybe you see a little bit of an ability to motion your receiver over to create kind of a numbers advantage. And sometimes the corner will follow, sometimes he will not, depending on the coverage. Usually when he follows, it's man coverage. Run the stretch, try to get the outside. And a lot of the times that's how Nano really creates his big runs, is through the stretch run, because the stretch run has been great in Madden for many years. And the ability to hit this outside or inside and make a guy miss in the open field is huge. He also loves to utilize the double team feature on the offensive line to get a double team on the edge. So if he wants to run left, let's say, he'll double team the farthest guy, whether it's with the power O or with the stretch, and then that will be able to allow him to get the edge as opposed to the defense, because the defense is trying to set that edge and the offense is trying to expose the edge, right? Right there, we get good blocks from our fullback. We're able to get big yards by the halfback stretch. So that's how Nano really attacks a defense through the run game. Few different types of runs mixed in versus different defenses to expose those different fronts that you'll see in the Madden game. And then once the opponent sees that, hey, this guy's running a lot, he's going to hit you behind it with a play action to be able to get a chunk play. That's a lot of what we see in the NFL today in Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay's offense, and that's what Nano brings to Madden 21 with his style of play as well.
Thank you to Mitch for that Loyal Lab. And now on a more serious note, this is a Loyal story that needs to be told. On December 11th, 2018, AJ, a member of the league, passed away in a horrific car crash. To help tell his story, we sat down with some of the members that knew him well to talk about their experience with AJ, how they came together after his passing, and how they continue to honor him today.
AJ was one of the coolest, most down-to-earth people you could ever meet. One of the greatest souls I've met. And just Madden and life and whatever. He was a dog at Madden and Call of Duty. Everybody can vouch for that.
Man, he played Madden and Call of Duty. He was quick with his fingers. He could kind of like do a couple of little things that some other people necessarily couldn't do.
You know, I met him in a lobby like 12 years ago. And I was like, you're a cheater. You know, you got like 10 helicopters in one match and shit like that. And that's how I invited him to Loyal. And he started meeting the other guys.
After being invited into Loyal, AJ immediately became a part of the family, and an important one at that. While he became close with a lot of people in the league, he always maintained a special bond with Reef.
And I remember when he had his first kid, he would ask me for fatherly advice because he was a young father and stuff like that. And we got to know each other in a lot of ways. Also the same thing, it was like a big brother, you know, even though he would show me all the tricks on Call of Duty and everything else, but it still was like a big brother to him.
AJ's family knew about his relationship with Reef and Loyal. And when his family found out about the news, Reef was one of the first people they called.
I got a call from AJ's family, and this is crazy because, you know, imagine somebody dies and you call a friend from online. His family was calling me 6 in the morning to let me know AJ died. Like literally 3-4 hours from his death, I was getting phone calls. And when I found out, I crashed. I was crying in tears.
AJ was actually from this area. So being that he's from the area, I actually heard about the particular accident, but did not realize that it was AJ. You know, the guy from our Lord, didn't exactly realize who it was from our group. So like I said, the accident happened near me, near where I lived at and everything. I actually heard and knew a bit about the accident, but did not actually put 2 and 2 together and realize it was him until a little bit later. And it was like, wow. Just like, wow. So it's like, no, he was just on last night. We were just playing Call of Duty.
Loyal has been dealt blows here and there, you know, from mothers, AJ, fathers, brothers. One thing we've always stayed united. When AJ passed away, we created a GoFundMe, and I got the group of loyal members to contribute 5, 10, whatever you wanted to donate, anything on the table at that time, because we know everybody's situation is different. But anything that anybody could contribute was awesome. So we were able to provide for AJ, for the George family, and we were able to send one of our loyal members to AJ's funeral.
I actually traveled 5 hours on a bus to Baltimore and made it to his funeral, where his aunt literally drove an hour to meet me, and so I can get there in the last 20-30 minutes of the funeral before it ends. They told me, before I could even take my jacket off, they told me to get on the microphone and speak at this man's funeral. Told them stories about him, how he was as a person. It was crazy. I had the whole place going, you know, insane. You know, they were laughing and crying at the same time. I actually told the story about Karkar. When Karkar was sick and going through stuff, you know, I didn't call him, but you know who did? AJ. AJ barely knew Karkar, and he called him and gave Karkar words of encouragement and made him get out of off the bed and get better. And literally, like, took a time out of nowhere when he don't even barely know Karkar. And Karkar mentioned that when AJ died in the chat. After the fact, you know, the mother and all of them thanked me and thanked Loyal, and they said, you know, the funeral wouldn't have been the same without me, that, you know, we helped make that day better for them.
A story like this shows the true power that Loyal has. Loyal is not only there for its members, but for the families of its members.
Whenever we've had anything, Loyal has showed its true colors, and it's awesome to have brothers that can represent you as a whole in Loyal.
One advice I could give somebody is cherish friends that you make, whether it's in Loyal or in life. You know, you're not promised anything because you don't know what life will bring to you. Me and AJ were supposed to meet maybe 10 times. And because he's young and he's going through his situations, we kept changing it. And literally I wind up meeting somebody I loved so much. I met him in the casket. When we finally met, he was dead. I think as a young man, he cared about me too, and he wanted me to see me do well and succeed also as an older person that's trying to find my way. I hope that I get to a level where I can help both of his kids with their college fund and actually take care of his kids and his family if I can.
AJ's time in the league was unforgettable. Whether it's through Reef, DC, LT, or anyone else, his legacy will always live on in the league. AJ is still a part of our GroupMe chat and will forever be a member of the Loyal family.
Thank you to everyone that helped tell AJ's story, and to his family for allowing Loyal into their lives. When AJ passed, Loyal coming together was a defining moment for the league, and continues to show that Loyal is bigger than the game. Thank you so much to everyone that helped make this episode happen. And from myself and the team, Thank you for watching, and we will see you for Monday night's Super Bowl matchup between Deadly and Leroy.